Hotel room records one after another, dates stretching from 3 months ago to last week, each one pitifully telling me, I am nothing but a self-deceiving clown. Lifting my head to look in the mirror, the woman reflected has a pale face, the luxurious wedding dress that once made one radiant now feels like a heavy fig leaf, covering my eyes and also concealing the rotten filth at the root of this relationship. Knock 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 Nina, we need to prepare for another rehearsal. When is Ethan arriving? Claire pushes the door open, sees me slumped on the floor, and quickly comes to help me up. Nina, what's wrong, how? Claire sees what's on my phone screen, grabs it, but accidentally triggers the audio. Vivian, after this merger is over, I'll definitely handle it. Handle what? That little fiancé of yours? Vivian's voice is coquettish, yet filled with malice and disdain. Ethan, how can she compare to me? She only knows how to revolve around household chores all day, unable to give you anything. But I'm different, don't you want that plot of land in the east of the city? Vivian, I only feel responsible for her, after all, she's been with me for 7 years. Responsibility? Vivian sneers, fine, Ethan, but don't make me wait too long. As the dignified heiress of the Lin family, I can't be a mistress. Ethan, that bastard. Claire's voice trembles with anger as she throws the phone onto the sofa. How could he treat you like this? 7 years, has he forgotten who accompanied him eating instant noodles in the basement, who quarreled with her family for him? My ears buzz, everything in front of me sways, until Claire reaches out to hug me. Her warm embrace brings me back to a bit of awareness. It's okay, Nina, I'm here, and so are your parents and brother, we're all with you. She gently strokes my back, her tone firm, we'll definitely help you deal with this scumbag and that bitch. Claire, I want to cancel the wedding. I sniff, stand up, and yank off the veil, now, immediately, right away. Okay. Claire is very efficient, in less than half an hour, she handles everything and incidentally informs the guests about Ethan's good deeds. When Ethan arrives, I am cutting the wedding dress piece by piece. This $1 million gown, which took 300 hours to make, this dress that once filled me with anticipation for countless days and nights, now every stitch disgusts me. Nina, why cancel the wedding? What tantrum are you throwing now? Ethan grabs my wrist, the wedding ring digging painfully into my hand. I fiercely shake off Ethan's hand. Throwing a tantrum? Ethan, even now you think I'm just throwing a tantrum with you? Do you only admit to what you've done when someone exposes it? My voice is as cold as ice. What did I do? Ethan frowns, his face showing just the right amount of confusion, even with a hint of wronged helplessness. Nina, did someone tell you something? Don't listen to others stirring trouble. Looking at this face I once loved to the bone, I suddenly find it terrifyingly unfamiliar. Fine, I'll tell you. I open my phone and show him the photos and audio. Ethan's face instantly turns pale. How could? Nina, that was just business entertainment, Vivian and I. What's there to explain? I grab a comb from the dressing table and hurl it at him fiercely. What kind of business entertainment requires booking a room? Requires undressing. Tell me. Ethan mumbles, unable to say a word. 7 years. I choke, my voice trembling, tears finally falling uncontrollably. 7 years, Ethan. 7 years ago, you said you wanted to start a business, and I used the study abroad money my parents gave me as your startup capital. You said you hoped I'd stay home with you, and I tore up the admission letter from the Foreign Design Institute. When your business failed, we ate instant noodles in the basement for 3 months, and I never complained once. I faced my parents' opposition and friends' incomprehension, accompanying you from nothing to now, and this is how you treat me? Ethan, only now do I see how ridiculous I was. I remove the wedding ring from my ring finger and throw it harshly at his feet. The ring rolls a few times on the floor and stops by his shoe. That's it, Ethan, we're over. As I get into the taxi, the scenery outside the window rushes backward. Only now do I realize my face is already streaked with tears. The taxi driver doesn't ask much, just silently hands me a pack of tissues. I softly say thank you, clutch the tissues, and pull out 3 numbers from my phone that I haven't dared to dial for a long time, labeled Dad, Mom, Brother. My finger hovers over the screen for a long time before I press the call button. Dad. The moment the call connects, Dad's familiar voice comes through, with a deliberate coldness. Who is your dad? Didn't you sever ties with us long ago? That sentence stabs like a knife, piercing all my grievances. I can no longer hold back, bursting into loud sobs over the phone. All my strength crumbles in this moment. Old man, why are you being so fierce? Mom's voice comes from the other end, panicked. Good daughter, it's Mom, what's wrong? Have you been wronged? Where are you? Mom will come pick you up. Mom. I choke, unable to say a complete sentence. I canceled the wedding. Ethan, Good cancellation. Mom's voice suddenly rises, without any blame, only heartache. Did that stinking boy bully you? Don't be afraid, Mom and Dad will come pick you up right now to go home. Whatever it is, we'll talk at home. Home is always your backing. Don't cry, good daughter. From the other end come Dad's rustling sounds, as if he's grabbing the phone from Mom or instructing something. Not long after, Brother's voice comes through, his tone a few degrees heavier than usual. Nina, send me your location, bro will be there in 10 minutes. Whoever dares bully you, bro will deal with him. When the taxi stops by the roadside, I see Brother's car waiting with hazard lights on. He doesn't ask much, just helps open the car door and ruffles my hair. Let's go home, Mom and Dad have stewed your favorite pork rib soup. On the way home in the car, looking at the gradually familiar street scenes outside the window, I suddenly feel that perhaps that shattered dream isn't a bad thing. I once thought Ethan was my whole world, but now I understand that the real whole world has always been the home I pushed away for love. The moment I push open the door, the rich aroma of pork rib soup hits me. Mom, wearing an apron, runs out from the kitchen and hugs me tightly, gently patting my back. It's good you're back, you've been wronged, haven't you? Dad sits on the sofa, holding a newspaper but not reading a word. Seeing me look over, he clears his throat and says with a stern face, what are you crying for? How old are you? It's just a man, our family's girl, afraid she can't find a good one? Though his words are harsh, I clearly see the redness at the corners of his eyes. That night, I don't mention Ethan at all, and neither do Mom and Dad ask. Mom serves me a full bowl of pork rib soup. Brother sits beside me, peeling oranges for me, telling me about the interesting things he's encountered recently. The warm yellow light illuminates the dining table, the soup in the bowl steams, masking the misty haze in my eyes. I suddenly realize that everything I gave up for Ethan has always been waiting for me in place. It's not too late for anything. The next morning, just as I get out of bed, I hear a knock at the door. Opening it, it's Ethan. He's wearing the coat I bought for him before, his hair messy, eyes full of red veins. Seeing me, he wants to grab my hand. Nina, I was wrong, give me another chance, okay? Vivian and I were really just playing around. In my heart, there's only you. I step back, avoiding his hand, and say coldly, there's nothing to say. Today I'll have someone take all my things away. By the way, half the company is mine. I demand the shares be cashed out to me. If I don't see the transfer within 3 days, we'll see each other in court. Ethan still wants to approach me. At this moment, Brother walks out from the room, shielding me behind him, looking coldly at Ethan. Mr. Ethan, please leave. My sister doesn't want to see you, and our family doesn't welcome you. I need to talk to Nina. Ethan still charges forward. Dad walks out from the kitchen holding a broom, his face ashen. If you don't leave, I'll call the police. Back then, I didn't agree to you two being together. It was Nina who insisted on being with you. Now you've treated her like this, and you still have the face to come? Ethan, seeing our family's attitude, his face turns ugly. He still wants to say something when his phone suddenly rings. He answers, and Vivian's voice comes through, petulant. Ethan, where are you? My dad says the merger is falling through. Hurry over and explain it to me. Ethan's face changes instantly. He says into the phone, coming right away, then looks at me. Nina, I'll handle something first. I'll find you tonight. You must wait for me. I watch his hastily departing back, suddenly feeling incredibly ironic. Only when his figure disappears at the stairwell do I gently close the door. Brother pats my shoulder. Don't think about it, this kind of person isn't worth it. I nod, turn and walk into the room. Mom is taking out the design drafts I left at home before, smiling. Nina, I've kept all your old design drafts and books. If you want to start over, we all support you. Looking at these design drafts, I recall my past ambitions, the days and nights in the library, the works praised by everyone. But now, can I really still do it? Mom walks over, gently hugging me, saying, "Good daughter, as long as you want to, you can succeed in anything. Just like before, right?" I hug Mom back, feeling warm inside, and make a decision. I meet up with Claire and tell her I want to re-enter the architectural design industry. Claire seems very excited. "Nina, you've finally come around. Do you remember the dean of the Design Institute where we interned together? He even asked if you have any thoughts about going back to work. I'll give you his contact right now." Hearing Claire's words, I'm a bit surprised. So, there are still people who remember me? I send a verification message to Dean Lee, and it's quickly approved. I send over the new design drafts I made at home, and soon get a reply. "Nina, come to the Design Institute for an interview next week. Looking forward to your performance." I can't describe the feeling, my heart beats very fast. On the interview day, wearing a simple suit, light makeup, holding my recent design drawings, I walk into the Design Institute's gate. The interview goes smoothly. The interviewer looks at my works and smiles. "Your designs are very unique. It's clear you have a strong foundation and a lot of creativity. Welcome, Nina." Walking out of the Design Institute, the sunshine is just right. I take out my phone and call Mom. "Mom, I passed the interview." On the other end, Mom's voice is jubilant. "Great. Mom will make your favorite sweet and sour pork ribs tonight." Hanging up, I look up at the blue sky, taking a deep breath. The wind brushes my cheeks, carrying the warmth of spring. It's not too late for anything, my life will be more than this. Ethan comes looking for me several times, but I don't see him. Instead, I have someone tell Vivian. I hear Vivian and Ethan had a big fight. Not long after, a sum of money is transferred to my account, along with a message, "Sorry." I don't reply, block the number. After that, Ethan never looks for me again. At 3 in the morning, my computer screen is still on. After overtime at the Design Institute, I sit at my desk, finally checking my design draft one last time. The wolfberry chrysanthemum tea in the thermos has gone completely cold. The computer ding-dong sounds once. It's an email reminder from a prestigious overseas architecture department. I stare at the line admission decision, my fingertip hovering over the mouse, more nervous than when I signed $1 million design contract back then. 7 years. Back then, for Ethan, I personally tore up this school's offer, folding my design dream into the bottom of a cardboard box. Now, the brushes in the box have been recolored, and those shelved drawings are coming to life one by one under her pen. The moment I open the email, the words "congratulations" jump out. I cover my face, not letting tears fall on the keyboard. After so many days and nights, I can finally make up for my regret. The sensor light in the pantry goes out. I grope in the dark for the switch. When the light comes on, I happen to bump into the dean passing by. "Nina, still here so late?" "Dean, I got the offer from Cambridge's architecture department." My voice trembles but can't hide the excitement. The dean smiles and pats my shoulder. "It should have been like this long ago. When you interned at the institute back then, I said you were made for architecture. Go, when you come back, our institute's key projects will still rely on you to lead." Back home, I tell Mom and Dad the news. Mom excitedly hugs me, repeatedly saying, Good, I knew our daughter would make it." Dad doesn't speak, but I see his eyes quietly reddening. After brother hears the news, he directly transfers a sum of money. "Bro covers the tuition, study well over there, tell bro if you need anything. By the way, I sent you a book on world architectural history, those Gothic churches you said you liked back then are all in it." Looking at the transfer record on my phone, my eyes heat up. Back when I quarreled with the family for Ethan, brother was like this too, scolding me foolish while secretly giving me living expenses. It turns out the home I once gave up for so-called love never gave up on me. On the day I depart for the UK, at the airport, Mom stuffs a box of hometown chili sauce for me, Dad repeatedly instructs be safe, brother helps carry the overweight suitcase, saying, when you come back, bro will pick you up at the airport in the best car. Before the security checkpoint, I look back and see Mom, Dad, and brother still standing there waving. I smile and wave back. As I turn, tears fall, but my steps are firm, this time going abroad. It's not for anyone's expectations, but for the unextinguished fire in my heart. In my first class at Cambridge, I encounter difficulties. The professor speaks rapidly, professional terms smashing like machine gun fire. I clutch my notebook, palms full of sweat, yet still miss a lot. After class, I stop the professor, nervously explaining, I need time to adapt. Could you please send me another copy of the slides? The professor looks at me, smiles and nods. Nina, I've seen your portfolio, very thoughtful. Don't rush, architecture is an art built with time. From that day on, I become a fixture in the architecture department library. Every morning at 7, I enter with the library's opening bell. I leave at 10 when it closes. My notebook is filled with dense annotations, professional terms written and crossed out. Coffee cups pile up into a small mountain on the desk. In my first year here, I participate in the Old Town renovation project around Cambridge. In the plan, I incorporate the Chinese gardens, changing scenery with each step into Western architecture, using green bricks and gray tiles paired with glass curtain walls, preserving the historical feel of old buildings while adding modern vibes. When the professor sees the plan, he can't help but praise, Nina, you've shown me the romance of Eastern architecture. On the day the project is completed, I stand on the renovated Old Street, watching elders play chess in the newly built pavilion, children running outside the glass greenhouse, and suddenly my eyes redden. I take out my phone and send Mom a video. Mom, look, this is the house I designed. Many people like it, it's crowded and lively here now. Mom replies quickly, my Nina is awesome, truly my daughter. In my third year at Cambridge, I win the International Young Architect Award. Surrounded by flowers and applause, I seem to hear 18-year-old Nina smiling and saying to me, congratulations. On the award stage, wearing a simple white suit, holding the trophy, I say to the camera, I want to thank my family, they taught me that giving up the wrong person allows me to meet the right self. I also thank my past self for not losing the courage to pursue dreams. My gaze sweeps the audience and meets a pair of smiling eyes. I know that man is Adrian, the president of the domestic Lin Group, and one of the sponsors of this award. After my acceptance speech, as I walk off the stage, I happen to meet the man face to face. He stops, hands me a cup of warm water, his fingertips avoiding the rim, only pinching the lower part of the cup wall. Miss Nina, congratulations. I'm Adrian, head of Lin Group, joint sponsor of this award. His voice is like early autumn wind, gentle yet textured, with just the right low tone. I take the cup, my fingertip accidentally brushing his finger pad, separating in an instant. His hand is warm, contrasting sharply with the slightly cool cup wall. Thank you, Adrian. I nod in thanks, my gaze falling on his cufflinks. Your cufflinks design is very unique. Adrian looks down and chuckles lightly. It's a sketch I drew myself, imitating Le Corbusier's modular proportions. I've seen your portfolio, I know you're very sharp in controlling architectural proportions. He doesn't chat much, just hands me a business card. If you have ideas for developing back in the country in the future, Lin Group welcomes you anytime. The card is matte black cardstock, with only name, phone, and company logo, no extra titles. I smile and nod. As I put away the card, I hear him add, in your Old Town renovation plan, the design using green bricks and gray tiles paired with glass curtain walls, I like it very much, it gives old buildings new breath. Thank you. In the 5th year, I smoothly graduate with a PhD, holding multiple major awards, and receive invitations for 3 key projects. The most is the design bid for the South City Cultural Center, with the client being Adrian's Lin Group. On the day I return to the country, colleagues from the Design Institute bring flowers, hold orange-red welcome Nina back signs, and pull a banner printed with awaiting Nina's return, building new chapters together, waving at me from afar. Nina. We've finally awaited your return. Project team's Leo hands me a bunch of sunflowers, petals still dewy. This flower is like you, sassy and vigorous. Yeah, Nina, in the years you've been away, our institute's key projects have been waiting for you to lead. Jack pats my shoulder, holding a densely annotated topographic map of the South City area. Look, this is the material we prepared in advance, just waiting for you to set the direction. I smile and take the flowers, about to speak, when a gentle voice suddenly comes from behind. Everyone, let Nina catch her breath first. Everyone turns. Adrian stands not far away, wearing a light gray casual suit, no tie, collar loose with 2 buttons, holding a paper bag with an old brand bakery logo. He first nods to the Design Institute colleagues, then turns to me. Nina, long time no see. I'm Adrian from Lin Group. I greeted your dean in advance. Today I'm here to pick you up. First, for the South City Cultural Center project, our team wants to connect with you on core requirements early. Second, the dean specifically instructed that you've had a long flight and are tired, so I should take care of you more, not let you pile all work on today. At these words, the colleagues all laugh. Jack waves first. Adrian thinks so thoughtfully. We originally wanted to drag Nina back to the institute for a short meeting first. Now it seems we should let Nina rest first. Leo echoes. Nina, go with Adrian without worry. We'll handle things at the institute first. Send the materials to you early tomorrow. My heart warms. I turn to the colleagues. Thanks for the hard work, everyone. Be safe on the way. Message me anytime if there's an issue. Then looking at Adrian, with gratitude. Trouble you, Adrian. It's what I should do. Adrian naturally takes my suitcase, deliberately avoiding my fingertips on the handle, only supporting the bottom. I had my assistant book that Hunan restaurant you often went to in university, knowing you couldn't eat suitable flavors abroad. Let's eat something first, then I'll send you home to rest. His car is parked in the VIP lot, a low-key black SUV. The back seat already has warm water and a cushion, even a light gray thin blanket. Saw in your moments that after long flights you easily feel cold. Adrian explains, looking over, helping open the car door. Get in, dishes are pre-ordered, all your past favorites, also prepared 2 non-spicy ones. Afraid your stomach won't adapt right after returning. Then thank you, Adrian. As the car leaves the airport, I look back through the window, still seeing colleagues standing waving, until their figures become tiny dots. I retract my gaze and happen to glimpse the complexity and contradiction in architecture on the back seat, the bookmark between pages surprisingly the ticket I signed at the London Design Exhibition 5 years ago. I've read this book 3 times, each time new ideas. Adrian notices my gaze, tone natural, especially the sentence you wrote on the flyleaf architecture must respect people, and even more respect life. I agree very much. For this South City Cultural Center, we also want to make a warm building, so starting last year, we've been waiting for your return. When chatting about work, Adrian doesn't deliberately flatter, just exchanges ideas equally, occasionally mentioning my past designs. He always precisely points out the clever thoughts, like the light and shadow corridor I used in Old Town renovation, the soundscape space added in campus library design, details even I almost forgot. He remembers clearly. Arriving downstairs at the complex, Adrian gets out first to help carry the suitcase, sending it all the way to the unit door. Tomorrow I'll have my assistant send the project core materials to the cafe downstairs from your home, knowing you just returned and don't want to be disturbed. We'll chat at the cafe. Convenient? He hands an umbrella, the handle wrapped in light gray non-slip cord, surprisingly the style I used in university. Weather forecast says rain tomorrow. Take this umbrella, grip doesn't slip. I take the umbrella, fingertips touching the non-slip cord's texture, suddenly recalling colleagues' smiling faces at the airport earlier. It turns out true care is never making someone conflicted, but considering her work while thinking of her comfort, even accounting for surrounding people's emotions thoroughly. Thank you, Adrian. I say softly, watching Adrian's departing back, feeling warm inside. In the following days, I almost daily immerse with colleagues in the South City area measuring every inch of land, visiting local old residents, incorporating their memories of old tea houses and ancient stages into the design plan. Adrian often comes to the Design Institute to check progress, each time not disturbing, just sitting quietly in the conference room corner listening. At the South City Cultural Center's partner bidding meeting, I see Ethan. He's wearing an ill-fitting suit, hair combed slick, but can't hide the fatigue in his eyes. I hear after bankruptcy back then, he wanted to join the Lin family but was refused. After that, he bounced between several companies. Now he's a project manager at a small construction company, coming this time to bid for the Cultural Center's auxiliary works. Seeing me, Ethan's face instantly pales. He subconsciously adjusts his tie, trying to approach. Nina, long time no see, you. Ethan, please call me Nina. I interrupt him, tone cold as ice. I sit in the main seat, holding Ethan's company materials, glance and set aside. Your company's qualifications and past projects do not meet our requirements. Ethan panics, steps forward. Nina, I know I was wrong back then, give me another chance, okay? This project is very important to me, Ethan, this is a bidding meeting, we're talking professionalism, not personal grudges. I look up at him, eyes without any ripple. The East City residential project your company took last year has serious quality issues, with owner complaint rate up to 80%. With such professionalism, how can we cooperate? Ethan's face turns liver red. He wants to argue, but is blocked speechless by the evidence I produce, vulnerabilities and drawings, quality test reports, owner's complaint recordings, each precisely hits his sore spot. And, I pick up a document, throw it in front of Ethan. Your company's quote is 30% higher than industry average, yet can't provide corresponding cost details. Ethan, do you think our Yuanjing Group is easy to fool, or that I, Nina, am easy to bully? The whole room is silent, all eyes on Ethan. He clutches the document, hands shaking, sweat flowing down his cheeks from his forehead. Finally, he can only say awkwardly, I'll revise the plan. No need. I stand up, adjust my suit jacket. Yuanjing Group won't cooperate with companies lacking professionalism and integrity. Please leave, Ethan. After Ethan leaves, Adrian comes to my side, hands a cup of warm water. You okay? Fine. I take a sip of warm water, tone calm. Forgot this person long ago, just didn't expect he's still so unimproved. Adrian looks at me, eyes with more heartache. Don't take past things to heart. I smile, turn to look out the window. I stopped taking it to heart long ago. My time is for designing better architecture, no time to hate unworthy people. Ethan doesn't get the project, and due to previous quality issues is sued by owners, urgently needing money for compensation. He finds Vivian, wanting her help, but is scolded by Vivian. Ethan, you're so useless. Can't even get a project, and still want me to give you money? Back then, if not for you saying you could help my dad secure the merger, I wouldn't have been with you. Their argument is captured by a passing reporter. Worse, the reporter digs up fiercer material. Back then when Ethan and Vivian collaborated, they embezzled Lin Group's public funds to fill his company's holes. Vivian, to help Ethan, secretly altered project data, causing Lin Group nearly $10 million in losses. Once the news breaks, the whole internet is in uproar. Ethan, Vivian embezzle public funds, Lin heiress chaotic private life, Ethan cheats, Vivian inserts into others' relationship for love. These topics quickly top hot searches. Media exposes their chat records. Ethan curses Vivian gold digger, vicious. Vivian curses Ethan waste, soft rice man, every word reeking of ugliness. To distance itself, Lin Group directly issues a statement severing ties with Vivian and sues her for embezzlement. Vivian falls from the clouds into the mud, not only losing family support but becoming a street rat everyone beats. She wants to settle scores with Ethan, but finds he long ago took the remaining money and fled. But Ethan doesn't run far before being caught by debt collectors. He owes usury, can't repay, is beaten all over, finally taken by police, sentenced to 15 years for embezzlement, fraud, etc. I see these news on the news. That day, after finishing a project acceptance, the assistant shows me on phone, Nina, look at Ethan and Vivian, their end is so miserable. I glance at the news title, don't click to read content, just faintly say, noted. The assistant is somewhat surprised, don't you feel vindicated? They treated you like that back then. Vindicated? I smile, holding the just signed project file. I'm busy designing the next building, busy winning more awards, busy making myself better. Their end, what does it have to do with me? Just two people who did wrong, getting the punishment they deserve. True letting go isn't holding grudges, isn't revenge, but the other's life or death no longer affecting one's emotions. On the day the South City Cultural Center tops out, a grand celebration banquet is held. Adrian, in a sharp suit, walks to my side, holding a champagne. Nina, congratulations. You did outstanding on this project. Thank you, Adrian. I take the champagne, gently sip. Under the moonlight, Adrian suddenly says to me, Nina, I like you. From seeing you at the award ceremony, to later doing projects together, I appreciate you more and more. I hope to have the chance to take care of you. I pause, actually I can feel his difference toward me. I smile, calmly looking at Adrian. Adrian, thank you for liking me. You're very good, the gentlest, most respectful person I've met. But? Adrian asks smiling, eyes with a trace of expectation. But, I don't want to date now. I seriously look at him. Back then for Ethan, I lost myself. Now, I've finally found myself. I can design buildings I like, win awards I want, accompany family, do what I want. This freedom and solidity is what I cherish most now. I pause, looking into Adrian's eyes. I'm not saying you're not good, just now I feel single life is also very good. I don't need relationships to prove my value, my career, my family, myself, or my confidence. Adrian is silent for a few seconds, then smiles. I understand. Actually, I should have thought long ago that someone excellent like you must have more important things in heart. It's okay, I respect your choice. In the future, we're still friends, still partners. I'm looking forward to seeing you design more and better architecture. I smile and nod, thank you, Adrian. After the banquet ends, I stand alone on the top floor of the South City Cultural Center. Evening breeze brushes hair, distant city lights brilliant. I look at the building I designed, streamlined roof, transparent glass curtain walls, the top starry dome shimmering faintly under moonlight, like a gentle dream. Phone rings, it's Mom. Nina, banquet over? Mom saved soup for you, come back to drink. Coming right back. I say smiling. Hanging up, I think, take out phone, snap the night view before me. In moments, I post a photo, caption, the best times are being with everything one likes. In comments, brother, my sis is the best. Mom, come home early for soup. Institute colleagues, Nina, keep fueling for next project. I reply smiling, heart full of solidity and satisfaction. I know, future has many challenges waiting for her, many sceneries waiting for her to see. I don't need anyone to define perfect life, because I myself can live as the most perfect version. Distant bell rings, new day about to begin. I turn, walk toward home's direction.